everybody, and welcome to the channel. I hope everyone is doing wonderful. Today I'm going to begin Mandala Mania in my Mandala Doodle Flower coloring book by Jenny Luan, and I'm going to work on this one. I've already kind of started working just a little bit on the picture, but we will just continue on. I had kind of thought about maybe doing a voiceover or something for this, but then I decided, well, since this will probably be my first video for Mandala Mania, I just wanted to chit chat with you guys just a little bit, give you guys some updates on the way things are going here, and just check in with you guys and see how everything's going. So I'm using my Spectrum Noir basic markers for this image. I picked out a few colors, just random, kind of looked through and grabbed some that I thought might look okay in a mandala, and I'm just going to jump in and lay down some ink, and we will see where it takes us. I don't know if I'll do all of this one on camera today or not. It is Gary's first day home recovering. He's tucked in to the recliner in the living room, and he's watching a little bit of TV right now. So he's comfortable for now, but I'm really having to help him out a lot right now. So I may not finish this one on camera, and I know you guys understand completely. So what I think I'll do for Mandala Mania is pretty much the entire month of March I will try to color only mandalas on both personal and on camera. I may change my mind and throw something else in there, because I know that some of you are not big mandala fans. So, you know, I may shake it up a little bit and do something a little different, but mandalas always help me relax, and they're great for me for stress relief and things like that. So it might be a great time for me just to unwind, and granted, by the end of March I may hate mandalas and they may not be what I would think of when it comes to stress relief by the end of the month, but we'll see. What I might do on some of these is during the month I may make some videos where there is just my coloring, maybe a speed color with music in the background, or I might do a few voiceovers. But I'll try to do several mandalas on camera, whether it be in color chats, just with music in the background, or voiceovers. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna kind of play around with some different ideas. Don't think that I'm gonna go to just musical videos with no color and chats. That would definitely never happen. I'm not a huge fan of the music videos myself, because I kind of like to color and listen when I'm on ColorTube, and I know a lot of you do also. But that will at least give me an opportunity to do the most mandalas on camera, and get the most videos, you know, up as I can for this month, because, you know, there is a lot going on, at least here at the very 1st of March, and I want to make sure that I am able to get these videos up. So I'm going to play around with some different ideas, and we'll see where it takes us. So thank you all so much for all of your thoughts and your prayers as Gary went in for his procedure yesterday. I really appreciated it. The outpouring of love and support was overwhelming. So many of you commented just on random videos yesterday, just to let me know that you were thinking of me. There was those of you who sent me Facebook messages, commented in the Facebook group, just to let me know you were thinking about us, and that meant a lot. It really did. We arrived at the hospital yesterday about 5:30, well, a little before 5:30, I guess. We actually got up yesterday morning. We had our alarm set for 3:30, and we both had a horrible time trying to sleep the night before, so we were so tired just waking up. And then we had to make, it's about a 45-mile drive to the hospital. So we had to leave here by 4:30, and we arrived there a little before 5:30. That was the time he had to be there. They took him back. They got him ready in pre-op. Everything went well. I was very pleased with how quickly everything went, like clockwork. The hospital, the staff, everything was wonderful. It was probably the most impressed I've ever been with a hospital clinical setting like that. I have the utmost respect and trust for Emory at this point. I was very, very, very impressed. The doctors, anesthesiologist, everyone consulted with us before the procedure, and they were wonderful about checking in with me constantly during the process with me by cell phone as I waited. They decided not to do stents. Once the doctor was able to get that final test done and get inside and take a look around, he realized that the information that the MRA was giving did not necessarily reflect what he was seeing in the, in the procedure while he had everything open and looking at everything. So he opted not to do the stents. He does not believe that the blood pressure issues are a result of a lack of blood flow to the kidney. The 50% exclusion that he had saw as evidenced by the MRA was just like a little bit of a malformation, I guess, in the artery, and not truly an exclusion. And he just felt that it would be more of a risk to do the surgery than to just leave things as are and find a way to medicate the high blood pressure. And so we met with a cardiologist, I guess, from Emory, and she's taking the case. We're going to be doing a follow-up with her, and some other tests are going to be run and things. They're going to try some different things and see if they can make it work. So keep us in your prayers for that. Unfortunately, the only way to do the final test that they had to do yesterday before possibly putting in the stents was to actually go in through the femoral artery in the groin. So even though the stents weren't added, he still had his femoral artery accessed all the same. So after surgery, he had to lay flat on his back for 6 hours after the surgery. He was on his back for about 2 hours before and during the surgery. So he's having, his back pain was through the roof. I felt so sorry for him. It was a very, very painful day. And then when he was finally able to move, around, that's when he realized just how bad the femoral, where they access the femoral artery, just how painful that was. So he's not walking very well right now. He's using a cane and it's just slow going. It's going to take some time for the femoral artery to heal completely, and for, you know, of course, for his back to work those kinks back out. He has, for a fact, we know, two full herniations, and we're pretty sure there's more herniations than that. They're pretty bad herniations. We know they need surgery, but the surgeons believe that as long as he's working the type of job he's working, he's better off to wait as long as possible, because most people who have the surgery just end up they just end up herniating more discs after the surgery. So it's all one big huge waiting game to get everything taken care of. So it's a process. It's a process, and we're just gonna ride it out, you know. That's all we can do. But I got him home, finally, back home about, well, we got home probably around 6:30 last night. On the way home, I did stop and let him get some food. It was probably about 5 o'clock when we got back close to the town that we live in. We didn't want to stop further up in Atlanta because it was pretty much rush hour by the time we finally got released. It was a little after 4 when we left the hospital. So he got some food in his belly for the first time yesterday about 5 o'clock. And he was very, very thankful for that. And we got home about 6 or so. By 8:30, we were headed to bed. We were both just completely exhausted. It was a very long day. So when he woke up this morning, he was extremely dizzy, and we don't know if it's just the residual effects from all of the pain medications he was given yesterday, due to his possibility of sensitivities to general anesthesia. The doctor elected not to go that route. Instead, they basically gave him hypnotics and pain medication to make him comfortable during the surgery, but they did not fully put him to sleep. Of course, he has no memory because of the hypnotics. And we don't know if that's where some of the dizziness that he was having this morning was coming from. So we'll have to see. But it's doing better since he's been up for a few hours. He's not having the dizziness like before. So that's a good thing. The surgical site looks good. So it looks like everything's going okay. He can't lift anything heavier than a milk jug for a week. And hopefully after that, everything will be fine. He's not supposed to drive a car for the first, I think they said 48 hours. Walk and get, movement as tolerated. They want to make sure that he is getting up and moving around, because anytime you access something like that in your body, you open yourself up to the risk of blood clots. So they definitely want to make sure that they're doing everything in their power to lessen the chance of, blood clots. So he definitely needs to be up and moving around some. Which we're going to do here in a little bit. After I finish this, I'm probably going to try to just maybe put him in the car, take him maybe to, I don't know, we'll go to Ace Hardware or Lowe's or Home Depot, or, somewhere that he might enjoy, just to kind of look around for a minute, and just let him walk around the store for a second as he can, and then bring him back home and let him rest. But it's raining again, so who would have thought? I'm telling you, Georgia is going to float away. So really getting out and walking around outside is not much of an option with the weather right now. So we'll see. But I'll get him up and get him moving. I have a flip through video for you guys coming up. I have some books that are coming in the mail today that will, I'll do flip throughs of all the books. I went ahead and spent the rest of my Amazon gift card and just bought several books. So I'm going to do flip throughs of those. And also I've got all of my Mandala books pulled out, and I will do a show and tell on what Mandala books I have for you guys also. And I will try to get that recorded sometime this evening. So hopefully that'll be going up hopefully by tomorrow. Today is this is Thursday. I had to think on that. My days are kind of starting to run together. But I mean, I'm going to try to do absolutely as much as I can with Mandala Mania. Thank you, Michelle, for checking in on me and asking if I was still going to be able to participate. I love mandalas, and I've really been looking forward to this month. And I had actually purchased mandala books, and I'm like, oh no, I'm doing Mandala Mania, because I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm going to be coloring mandalas on my own. I might as well do it for the channel also. So things might be a little different than normal on some of my videos, but it'll be at least it'll be a little something for everybody, you know. Okay, I'm kind of having to start to play around here and see which colors which colors I picked to go with what. Give me just a minute. I think some of the colors I picked may be too close in colors, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't want to put too much of the same thing on here. But I think this is a really cute book. I like this a lot. I'll probably do several in this book. It does have darker lines, and I like that. I think it really makes your colors really pop. Okay. So how are you guys doing? I really hope you guys are doing well. I hope that everyone's having some good weather and good moods, and everything's just going super well for you guys. It was a bit of a bummer, the recent news that Jade Summer hit us with, that they will no longer be doing discounted release prices, and they basically said that their prices will come out, or their books will come out at full price. However, they're basically lowering their price by 50 cents or raising their price by 50 cents depending on the content of the book, which I don't truly get. I guess if they think that the book's not as good, they're going to go down by about 50 cents. If they think it's a better book, they're going to go up by 50 cents. I don't know. I know that several of us were not very happy with that. I understand that they're a business. I get it, you know, and I don't know. I understand they're a business. But, you know, here recently, you know, they've stopped their PDFs, and now we're talking about prices getting raised, and now we're saying no more discounted pre-release, or, you know, early releases, or whatever you want to call that. It's just, it's a bummer. You know, it's a bummer. Myself, Even from the beginning, I was not a huge fan of the Jade Summer books. Most of the books. There are some of the books I really like. I really like their grayscale. Sometimes I wish that they would have, different content for the grayscale. I mean, I like the grayscale. A lot of their books I'm just not a big fan of. And I don't want to put the book down because there's nothing wrong with their books, if you like that. But most of the Jade Summer books are very simplistic. And I know that they're targeting adult and children also. But let's just say that at full price for their books, there's very few Jade Summer books that I would purchase at their full regular price. So it's kind of a bummer. You may not see me purchase as many of the Jade Summer books because of that. I'll definitely be more, I'll be more selective over what I will and won't purchase at that kind of a price. I know that, a lot of you are like, oh, $8 isn't bad for a book. And I don't have a problem in the world. I've paid more than $8 for a book, but they've been from independent artists. They've been really nicely hand-drawn. And if I'm going to pay $8 or $9 for a book, I would just prefer to have the content that I really, really like from, excuse me, one of my, one of our independent artists. And that's just kind of how I feel about that. So, it was just a bummer. I mean, you guys sound off. What do you guys think about the new Jade Summer policies? I know a lot of you were very upset just when they took the PDFs away. So, and we'll see what it seems to do as far as their sales. Will, I think that if their sales sustain, that they'll continue on this path. But I do think that if it hurts their sales, that they will do the introductory prices again. And I know that businesses change and business models change, so. Okay. I like the way this is turning out. The colors are looking real cute together. I think I may have picked too many blue-greens and blues that are close enough to the same, that are so close in color. I mean, I may have done too much of that, so I'm looking at all the colors I picked out, and I'm thinking, ugh, maybe not. Maybe not. Just kind of trying to move the picture around a little bit to keep you guys in frame so I can stay zoomed in enough. I'll probably be using all kinds of markers and gel pens for the mandalas. I will probably not use any pencils on mandalas. I think mandalas do really well with marker and gel pens. So all my different markers and gel pens. I'll be using, someone had asked possibly to see a Jade Summer in Cali Arts. So that might be something that I do on one of the mandalas. some of you had wanted to see the Chromotex be used, and I'll try to do that. I've been told that they are currently sold out on Amazon. I'm pretty sure that they'll get restocked. I don't see why they would not restock them. So I expect those to get restocked pretty soon. So any of you that were interested in getting those, I think they'll be back. Just give it a minute. They are pretty good gel pens, so I think I'll try to do something with those also for you guys. Down like this. I didn't really notice that they were all shaped the same until I started coloring them in, and I'm like, oh, this is all the same. Okay. Looking good. What do you think? I really do like the dark lines. Okay. So we lost a little bit of footage there, but it's okie dokie. I didn't really think I would be able to finish this actually on camera, but I didn't exactly expect that to happen either. But we'll roll with it. Everything will be okay. So if you guys looked up and went, whoa, what happened? That's what happened. The camera had stopped recording, and I did not even notice. It happens sometimes. So we did find out that, and I don't think I'd mentioned this to you guys, we did find out that, yes, our insurance, of course, covered this hospital, and that was the problem with the last one, is it did not. So we weren't going to, we couldn't use that hospital, and it all worked out, I guess, that we went this way. But our out-of-pocket price for this procedure, between the procedure and the testing, we're being charged about $4,500. Can you believe that? Yeah. Because, we had deductible and copayment and all of that. And it's kind of sad that they really didn't do anything. At the end, the answer was, and it's not necessary. So, yeah. That's a little disappointing. A little bit. But, I mean, it's good to know, where everything kind of stands. And it at least gives us an idea that we need to start focusing on the medications and trying to figure out you know, how to medicate this. So that's what we're gonna do. It's an awful lot of money though, you know. And luckily they're willing to bill us for that, which is a really good thing, because oh, I don't think there's any way we could have I know there's no way we could have paid that up front before the surgery or before the procedure. We definitely don't have that kind of money. Okay. Finishing this up here. I think it looks very pretty. I don't want that to end. Dokie 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 dokie. All right, we put some gray, use some dark gray here in the little bees for their little bodies. All right, there we go. There is my first picture for Mandala Mania 2019. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. We would absolutely love to have you here. And until next time, guys, peace, love, and happy coloring. Bye, guys.